You're watching News 54. The public spat and exchanges between President Uhuru Kenyatta and DP Ruto continues to elicit mixed reactions among Kenyans and leaders. While being interviewed at Citizen TV, Governor Alfred Mutua looked into the verbal exchanges between President Uhuru and his deputy William Ruto. He claimed that DP Ruto will win the presidency, if he will have respected President Uhuru Kenyatta. He also reminded the DP about President Daniel Moi, that he was so loyal to Jomo Kenyatta, however much he was being undermined as Jomo's deputy that he assumed presidency in 1978.
The guy wrote a poem that is very popular called the 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗧 that says, "Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence," which is maybe something that we've lacked in our country. A very good friend of mine that I like actually reminded me of something that you find in meditation, saying that for some of us, doing nothing is a medicine that we need. And the reason I'm saying this is at times it helps to pull back and look at where things are going. We have people who are too active, speaking too much, talking too much, attacking each other too much at the detriment of the country. Now, we see the president publicly speaking against William Ruto. We see William Ruto speaking against the president. These are the leaders at the top holding a public spat. But it's important to go back and ask ourselves, when did the problems begin? You know, I've been in government for quite some time now, in the national government, in county governments, and I'm a good friend of President Uhuru Kenyatta. And we have to look at several things. The reason President Moi inherited the presidency is because he was loyal. President Moi faced a lot of problems from the so-called, kitchen cabinet of Jomo Kenyatta's government at the time. They didn't want him. But he was loyal. And his loyalty, by not fighting, by not going head-to-head with the president, by working for the president, by being in sync with the president, ensured that he became the president of this country for 4 years. William Ruto needs to ask himself, the way 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗧 is asking that Uhuru should revisit, William Ruto should revisit his habits and ask himself, where did he go wrong? What did he do such that his boss turned against him? What are the problems that he did? Somebody tweeted to me and asked say that, respect goes both ways, and 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗧 is saying that there's been a lot of force and the office of the deputy president has been looked down upon, disrespected. But also, maybe it's a deputy president who has brought disrespect to the office of being a deputy president, that office of deputy president, by his behaviors. When the president stood out and called him out and said, "Unatangatanga, badala ya kufanya kazi." What did he mean? He meant that this guy is not working. This guy is playing politics. And when you see that order that gave a minister the power to coordinate government affairs, which should have been done by the deputy president, is because there was a vacuum. Whenever there is a vacuum, you have to fill that vacuum. So, for me, from where I sit and from my discussions with President Uhuru Kenyatta and others, William Ruto failed. Hajui kufanya kazi. Hakuweza kufanya kazi aliyopewa. Alianza kutangatanga kufanya siasa. So he created a vacuum. And the president had to fill that vacuum. But had the deputy president stayed in his office, done the work, concentrated on projects, not politics, respected the president, I can assure you right now, it will be a walkover for him to be the next president of the Republic of Kenya. But it's been a struggle. So we have to also be realistic. Yes, there's been a challenge. Yes, you can say President Uhuru Kenyatta has undermined his deputy president. President Kenyatta has not given enough respect. People are undermining the deputy president. But you have to ask yourself, kwani huyu deputy president walikuwa wanashikana mkono wamevaa ties red waki-announce cabinet, walikuwa wanaoneshana mapenzi kabisa ya kufanya kazi? What went wrong? Nini ilifanyika? Who is in the wrong here? Is it just President Uhuru Kenyatta? Ama huyu pia deputy amekosea? So it's something for Kenyans to realize that wakati kuna shida si mtu mmoja, shida mtu mwingine. Ukiona Uhuru Kenyatta na appoint mtu mwingine kufanya kazi ya serikali ambayo deputy alikuwa anafanya, inamaanisha huyu ameshindwa na kazi. Kama umeandika mtu kwa nyumba na ameshindwa kazi ya kualisha watoto wanakufa na njaa, si utamchukua mtu mwingine afanye hiyo kazi? Utaangalia watu wakifa na njaa. So it's as simple as that. So when there's a public spat, it's because there's a problem, and there's been a problem that has been fermenting for a long time. You can say it cuts both ways, but it's a problem that has actually grounded this economy. We are suffering as a people. I always say, and I always joke here and say that Jubilee is the fairest government ever. Ndio serikali ambayo kweli imekuwa haina ubaguzi, because whether you voted for Jubilee or you do not vote for Jubilee, you are suffering. Sisi wote tumeumia because it has been a dysfunctional government, because of the two elephants have been fighting. But who is a problem here? Something for us to think about.